And now, marine weather around Alaska.
Looking at today's sea ice analysis, really diminishing the sea ice here over the northern Bering Sea. Still got some here around St. Matthew Island, on up to St. Lawrence Island, especially on the north shore there, and some remaining ice to a little bit anyway here for the south side of the Norton Sound area. Of course, this will continue to drift around and do a slow dissolve here depending on which way the winds are blowing. And for the coastal water forecast here for the north coast tomorrow, Saturday, west winds 10 to 20 knots, west winds 15 to 25 knots on the south coast, south at 15 for Stevens Passage and Lynn Canal, Clarence Strait, southwest at 15. And then for Sunday, central and south coast, west winds 10 to 15 knots. And west becoming southwest, turning southeast as you move up the coastline here at about 10 to 15 knots. And for Lynn Canal, Glacier Bay, Stevens Passage, south at 10, west 15 in Clarence Strait. And for the North Gulf Coast tomorrow, variable winds 10 to 15 knots, southeast at 10 for Prince William Sound, southeast 20, Barren Islands, Kamishak Bay, Cook Inlet, south winds 15 to 20 knots. And for Sunday, Cook Inlet, northeast winds 20 to 25 knots, increasing as you head south here. Then you get into some full gales for Kamishak Bay and the Barren Islands. East at 40 knots, seas 13 feet, 30-knot winds out of the east, western North Gulf Coast, diminishing, becoming southeast as you head west. There down to 20 to 25, southeast at 20, 4-foot seas in Prince William Sound. Kodiak Island, south winds in Shelikof Strait, south winds on the east side of Kodiak there at 20 knots. Alaska Peninsula, gale warning, southeast winds 30 to 40 knots, and a brisk southeast wind at 30 knots for Bristol Bay. Then we got good gales in Bristol Bay forecast for Sunday. Southeast winds 40 knots, south 25 to 30 knots for the peninsula and Kodiak Island. East southeast winds 30 to 35 knots. And for Unalaska Island tomorrow, gale warnings, southeast winds 35 knots, Unmak Island, southeast at 15. And for Adak and Atka, northwest at 25 knots, that extends out to about Kiska Island. Then from there west, look for northwesterlies at 20. And then we got small craft advisories for all the western Aleutians on Sunday for west and northwest winds 25 to 30 knots. Central Aleutians, west 20 to 25 and southwest at 25 for the eastern Fox Islands. And for the southwest coast tomorrow, we've got small craft advisories, southeast winds 25 to 30 knots. Small crafts also for St. Lawrence Island for southeasterlies at 20, southeast 20 in Norton Sound. Gale warnings out here for St. Matthew Island, southeast at 35 knots, south at 30 for the Pribilofs. And then for the day on Sunday, Pribilof Island, southeast winds at 20 knots, seas 11 feet, northeast at 40 for St. Matthew Island with seas around 17 feet, east winds 45 knots here for the Kuskokwim Delta coast, east at 30 knots for the Yukon Delta coast, St. Lawrence Island, small craft advisories in Norton Sound, east at 25. And we've got brisk wind advisories for the central and eastern Beaufort Sea coast tomorrow as that front drops southward and tightens the gradient there. West winds 25 to 30 knots, west at 20 on the western Arctic coast and the Chukchi Sea, east to northeast at 10 to 15. And for Sunday, the Chukchi Sea, northeast winds 15 to 20 knots. Much lighter winds here for the Arctic coast. You can see central and west side, northeast 10 to 15, and north to northwest winds at 10 to 20 knots for the east side.